Welcome to this lesson on how to find equivalent fractions using blocks. And in the exercise, you'll be doing questions like this. 1/2 is equal to so many eighths, and you have to find the missing number. So the idea is to use the blocks to help you do this. And by doing so, you're going to get a better idea of what equivalent fractions are because you'll be looking at them rather than just doing things with the numbers. So 1/2, this top block, they are the halves. So 1/2 would be one of those pieces. And if you look down to the eighths, which is what this number here is telling you to look for, which are these blocks here, you'll see that that 1/2 is the same amount as 4/8. So you would write 4 here. So 1/2 is equal to 4/8. So because they are equal to each other, they are equivalent fractions. So what it means in terms of the blocks is that 1/2 represents the same amount of a whole block as 4/8 of a block the same size. And for example, if these were bars of Kit Kat, then there'd be the same amount of chocolate in 1/2 of one of the bars as there would be in 4/8 of a bar the same size. I don't know if bar's the right name to call them, but the bits that you break off. And I think there's 4 in a pack or something, and you get 4 little bars. So 1/2 of one of them would have the same amount of chocolate as 4/8, and that's ignoring all the little bits, the crumbly bits on the side. So if they were to break off perfectly, then there would be the same amount of chocolate in them. So therefore, these two fractions are representing the same amount of chocolate in that particular problem. So 1/2 of a Kit Kat bar is the same as 4/8 of a Kit Kat bar. So that's one type of problem that's on the exercise. The other one is where you are given a fraction and you have to find all the equivalent fractions from the blocks, or that can be found in the blocks. So for example, 1/2. 1/2 is that, matching that up, it would match with 2/4, and it would also match up with 4/8. And there's also another row of blocks in the exercise that it would match up with. So with what I've got here, the equivalent fractions to 1/2 from the blocks would be 2/4, so it would be equal to 2/4, and it would also be equal to 4/8 or 4/8. And even though 1/2 could be equal to something like 100/200 or any other fraction that you could think of, and technically that would be definitely an equivalent fraction to 1/2, it wouldn't be found in these blocks that you're given in the exercise. So the idea is to find just what you can find, the equivalent fractions that you can find in those blocks for the question that you're given. So that's the main part of the exercise, and there are a couple of questions there as well. And just remember, equivalent fractions are fractions that represent the same amount of something. So that's about it for this lesson on equivalent fractions, and I'll see you in the next one.